You guys do the reading last night?
Yes, I did. I noticed
Good job, everyone. Good job.
I noticed a theme in itself of loss of innocence, where on page 6, where Ishmael, the main character, is talking about he likes to rap and dance and sing with his brother Junior and his two best friends, but it shows a loss of innocence because loss of innocence is where they take something and they make you grow up quicker and you lose your childhood, and you're innocent. And he and his country Sierra Leone is being taken over, and he has to go into war and be a soldier.
Also when they say he was in the forest and he was trying to find food, and he says it was either take the chance and eat this fruit that might poison me or die of hunger.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know if his food is edible or not, and he's only 13, and right before this he was just hanging out with his friends. They were rapping. He was in school, and now because of the war he's doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I agree on that because it's like when you find out Santa isn't real, you have to learn to that, and it's taking away all his good moments of being a kid, and now he has to adapt to this horrible change in his country, and it's really gonna affect him poorly.
Going off that idea, on page 45 it says, had they been able to escape the attack, I was losing everyone, my family and my friends, which shows how, because of his situation, he's losing his loved ones and affecting him because they're all dying and he has no one to turn to for love. So it says, I pray to the gods and ancestors that my family will always be together. That's he's talking about his past and how it's affecting him.
Yeah, and that quote's really good because it shows point of view and loss of innocence. Because in the past tense, when he's with his family and they're all having a good time and laughing, it shows how long ago that feels, and now it just shows the horror and horrific sights that they're seeing, and it's really bad. Jared, what did you notice on page 30?
Page 30. Oh, that's another example of the hunger thing. He says, we're so hungry that it hurt to drink water and felt cramps in our guts. That's just showing how kind of the pain he's going through, and again the loss of innocence he's having because he's so young and all these horrible things are happening.
Yeah.
On page 18 it says, I am pushing a rusty wheelbarrow in a town where the air smells of blood and burnt flesh. The breeze brings the faint cries of those whose last breaths are leaving their mangled bodies. So, as a 12-year-old, Ishmael has to experience lots of death because he's a child soldier. He experiences a lot of these because mainly they're dead people that he sees just laying around.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, he is only 12 years old. Most 12-year-olds don't even see this, and he's seeing bodies everywhere.
Dead.
It also says on page 101, apart from this, there were no indications that her childhood was threatened, much less that we would be robbed of it. Just showing how he's been robbed from its childhood, it says, and robbed from innocence. Instead of going to school and all this, at this part of the book, he's in a camp with soldiers, and I have a prediction that since that right now the soldiers are in war, I think they're gonna need him to go into war with them, and he's gonna become a soldier.
And that's why they're
That's why
training him.
on the cover he's got a gun
and a
there's
rocket, which it's crazy to think about what we have at our age. We're so lucky, and he's 2 years younger than us, and he has to be carrying guns and rockets,
and he also has to be fighting off other enemies,
and he's starving, and it's just really bad. And on page 27, where Ishmael and Junior are walking, they were walking to their friend's Kailu's house, and it says, we finally got to Kailu's house. All the doors were broken and the house was torn apart. The house, like every other in the town, has been looted. There's a bullet hole in the door frame and broken glass of Star beer, a popular brand in the country, and empty cigarette packets on the veranda floor. There was nothing of use to be found in the house. So it shows how
He
in
doesn't
the,
even have they don't even have like a
Yeah.
house. It's all
In the atmosphere-
the bad people, the bad guys raided it.
yeah, and the atmosphere that they're living in is just really sad and hard to think of how lucky we are when other people in less known of countries like Sierra Leone have it so hard.
Okay. Good conversation, boys. I'll
Yeah.
see you tomorrow. Let's remember
Let's
do
just
our
do our
reading.
reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We out.